What's up, guys? It's Christian here, and today I'll be doing an analysis on the Liverpool versus Leicester City game that happened on Saturday at 7:30 this past weekend. So Liverpool ended up winning that game 2-1. It wasn't much of a convincing performance. We didn't really take our chances well. Alisson made the big mistake that costed us the goal, and that just tells me that when we do end up playing at our best, we're going to be really dangerous and really tough to beat. And when will that happen? Hopefully against Tottenham in 2 weeks after the international break. And because ultimately, if we don't play at our best against them, it's going to be tough to take 3 points or even 1 point at Wembley. So hopefully we do play a lot better than we did this past Saturday, because if we don't, then there's a chance we're going to drop points, which we can't at this point. And the possession stats was 51.2 to 48.8 in favor of Leicester, which kind of is ironic because all the games so far we've had like 65 to 75% possession every game. So that's kind of actually good because we did a pretty good job with less possession and we scored 2 goals anyway. So that's a good sign. The shots on target were 5 to 4 in favor of Leicester as well, and 10 to 12 also in favor of Leicester for just regular shots. So Leicester had more chances to score, but Alisson did pretty well, besides the one mistake, which wasn't a matter of making a save or not. It was a matter of just stuff with his possession and how he did with the ball at his feet. But a lot of their shots for Leicester were not dangerous shots. Some of them were, but most of them were outside the box where they just shot it because they had space and they didn't really do much to have any ability to score from that range, especially with the performance of Alisson so far. He's made every save he should make, and he's even made some saves that most keepers wouldn't make, but those are routine for him, which just shows how good of a keeper he really is. And the goals we scored, the first goal was off a Robertson where he kind of bodied through a player, got through the player, and then Sadio Mane took a touch past Harry Maguire, and he put it into the back of the net with his left foot, and that was a good chance. That wasn't even the first chance, because we had a chance before that where Salah played a brilliant ball to Firmino. Firmino put it right to the keeper. It rebounded, and literally Salah had all he had to do was probably put it back to the left side of the goal, and he ended up putting it wide right. That was really early, and he ended up not putting it in. And then Sadio Mane scored in the 10th minute, I believe. 10th minute, yeah. And that just started it for us. And then we continued to dominate, had better shots, better quality chances, and we ended up scoring off a corner. Leicester did a really bad job of man-marking Bobby Firmino, who put it into the back of the net with his head on the right side of the goal. I think Schmeichel got a touch on it, but it wasn't enough to keep it out of the net. So we're going into the half up 2-0. And we probably thought, and I thought as well, we probably were going to just run away with the game as long as Leicester didn't score a goal, which looked good for the first 18 minutes until Alisson made the mistake with his feet. And honestly, I don't think it's that big of a mistake because he did it in a game where we still ended up winning, and he didn't do much. He didn't even do anything else bad after that. So, and he said in reports after the game that he wasn't going to do it again, and he's embarrassed, and Klopp wasn't really that upset with him. I'm sure he said stuff in the dressing room and stuff, but either way, he didn't do much after. He acknowledged the mistake. I don't expect him to make it again. He did the trick where he put the ball, he flicked it up above Anthony Knockaert for Brighton the past week, and it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. Probably on the day, it kind of looked really bad, but looking back, it wasn't too big of a problem because we ended up winning the game 2-1 anyway. And the only thing that really affects is goal difference and clean sheets. But like those are things that really don't matter except goal difference. But I don't really know if one goal is going to really make much of a difference because we're still top of the league ahead of Chelsea and Watford. So I don't expect that to be too big of a deal. Now our next matchup is in 2 weeks after the international break against Tottenham at Wembley. The positive thing is that they're coming off with a loss 2-1 at Vicarage Road for Watford. And Watford started off very well, but Watford doesn't have the attack of Liverpool. So if our attack can be a little bit better than how it was on Saturday, there's no reason why we can't get them, especially off a loss. And they're coming off. I mean, they're going to have a break, so are we. So it kind of negates everything. But either way, it should be a decent game. And then Leicester plays Bournemouth at, I think it's at Bournemouth Stadium. So that doesn't. Leicester played pretty well, but I don't think they deserved the 3 points. And the big loss was Jamie Vardy, and we did pretty well against Amari Gray, James Maddison, Albrighton. They looked a little dangerous, but once again, Joe Gomez played excellent. Virgil van Dijk did good as well. And I was kind of surprised Naby Keita didn't start, but Klopp thought that it would make a lot of sense to start Henderson in a deeper role and then move Wijnaldum into a higher, deeper role, or a more attacking role for the midfield. And we still haven't seen Fabinho. Shaqiri looked pretty decent. And then they brought on Joel Matip. And that's another good thing about Joe Gomez. He was able to move to the right back position for Trent Alexander-Arnold after, which is probably good for his stock in the England squad, where he's trying to make the squad, which he ended up making it in the 2 friendlies they'll play in the international break. So a lot to look good for Liverpool, even though we didn't play necessarily to our best, but we still won the game, which is all that matters. And it only can get better, because honestly that performance wasn't the greatest, but it can be a lot worse, and we could have dropped points, but we didn't. So there's a lot to look up for Liverpool, and I expect them to earn 3 points or play very well against Tottenham. However the result goes, I expect them to play well. So tell me how you believe Liverpool played in the comments below. Just please like, subscribe, and give me any video ideas. I'll do anything from football to soccer to baseball to basketball. Just give me any video ideas you'd like in the comments below.